Okay, so you know that feeling. You're maybe at dinner with people you love or in a really important meeting at work, and you realize your mind is just completely somewhere else. Maybe reliving something awkward you said yesterday or already stressing about next week's schedule. That feeling of being physically here, but gosh, mentally wishing you were there. I think it's something we all kind of grapple with. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the habit of being present. Live more fully and mindfully in the moment. Our mission really is to unpack what it actually means to anchor yourself in the now. And look, it's not just some vague feel-good idea. It's actually a practical way to live a richer life. So we'll explore why it's so darn hard, what amazing things it can unlock, and then the really useful part, how you can actually build this habit. We're drawing on insights from health, psychology, mental well-being, the whole picture. So let's just jump right in. Why does it feel so incredibly difficult sometimes to simply be here, right now? I know for me, and I suspect for a lot of us, we've become really proficient doers, always striving for more, better, different. It's almost like we're always waiting for some future point when life will finally be, quote, good enough. It makes it really tough to accept things as they are right now. Our minds, they just naturally wander, don't they? It feels like such a deep habit. What have you seen around this sort of waiting game mindset?
Yeah, that waiting game. It's incredibly common. And what's really fascinating, I think, is how much actual stress comes from that simple act of being here but wanting to be there. Mm-hmm. This constant mental time traveling, always looking ahead or looking back, it's a huge drain. Mm-hmm. Because fundamentally it implies that the now isn't quite good enough, right?
Mm-hmm. Never quite measures up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about the ripple effects. This mental scattering, it can seriously damage your relationships because you aren't really listening.
Yeah.
It definitely impacts your performance at work because, well, your focus is split, and it absolutely messes with your sleep.
Right. And you mentioned it's often tied to deeper stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Often these distractions are rooted in underlying emotions. Sometimes it's fear, fear of messing up, or maybe tying your self-worth completely to success. Other times it might be unrealistic fantasies, wanting to be a top coder or ride a century bike race without actually putting in the hours.
Yeah, I know that one.
And then there's the big one these days, FOMO. The fear of missing out on whatever amazing things everyone else seems to be doing. It really forces the question. If we're always chasing the next thing, the next perfect moment, is this moment ever really good enough for us?
It feels like we're almost wired for that chase.
Yeah.
Okay, what if we can shift that habit? What's really on the other side? What benefits? Beyond just feeling a bit less stressed, are we talking about when we say being present? What does that actually unlock?
Oh, it's so much more than just feeling calmer, though that's part of it. Being present really means your body and your mind are fully engaged with what's happening right now. It's the opposite of autopilot. It's actively paying attention, noticing things, appreciating simple stuff. Maybe it's noticing the fatigue on your manager's face in a meeting, or the quiet energy of a coworker sharing an idea, or just really tasting that first sip of coffee in the morning. The big shift is you simply stop missing the good stuff, the beauty and the joys that are happening right now, right in front of you. You stop putting happiness on layaway.
Stop missing the joy. That's a really powerful way to put it. And I guess it must also be a tool for self-discovery too, seeing what's going on inside.
Exactly. When you're present, you create this kind of space to observe difficult emotions when they bubble up: fear, resistance, anger, the urge to procrastinate, all that stuff. Instead of getting totally swept away, you can actually work with them more mindfully. And connecting this to the bigger picture, really embracing the power of now. It leads to this profound sense of peace and, honestly, real personal freedom. The benefits just ripple outwards. More energy, more motivation. You become a better listener for people you care about. You're more aware of your surroundings. It all leads to, greater happiness and just a deeper appreciation for life itself.
Okay, wow. So increased energy, better listening, more appreciation.
And it's a massive boost for self-awareness, too, which helps decrease overall stress, helps stabilize mood swings. You get more control over your thoughts, basically. And it's not just about feelings. Think about learning. When you're truly present, your brain isn't trying to juggle 10 things. That focused attention, it actually helps you absorb information better, make stronger connections. You learn skills faster. It's a cognitive edge, really.
I never thought about it that way, like a learning enhancer.
Yeah. And a really crucial piece here is understanding that the present moment is always changing. It has many facets. Developing the skill to accept all moments, the good, the bad, the uncomfortable, the ones you like, the ones you don't, that's key. There's a great line. Gratitude for the present moment is true prosperity. It completely reframes wealth, doesn't it? True abundance is appreciating what you have right now.
That's transformative. True prosperity from presence. Okay, so let's get practical. What does this mean for you listening? How do we actually start building this habit, making it stick day to day? Because let's be honest, it's not like flipping a switch. It's a process, right?
No.
It's messy, it's ongoing, nobody's perfect at it. Progress, not perfection. So maybe we can start with some formal practices. What's a good entry point?
A great place to start, and it sounds almost too simple, is just a small, regular meditation, like maybe just 2 minutes a day.
Okay.
Find a comfortable spot, focus on your breath, the feeling of it coming in and going out, and when your mind wanders, which it absolutely will.
Right, when, not if.
Exactly. Gently notice it. You can even label it silently, like thinking. And then, without beating yourself up, just gently guide your attention back to your breath. The point isn't really to force yourself into the present you're already here. It's more about anchoring your attention away from the constant stream of distracting thoughts.
That makes sense. And maybe we should quickly clarify meditation versus mindfulness, because people use those terms, well, sometimes interchangeably.
Yeah, good point. Meditation is usually that formal practice at time, specific technique like focusing on breath, maybe a guided visualization, a body scan, repeating a mantra, something like that. Mindfulness, though, is more like a quality you bring to everyday life. Being aware of your surroundings, being present in whatever you're doing, moment by moment, without judgment.
Okay. So meditation is the workout, mindfulness is being fit throughout the day.
That's a great analogy. Yeah, they really support each other beautifully.
Okay. What other formal-ish practices work?
Staying connected with your body is huge. Regularly doing a quick body scan, like maybe even right now, just take a second. How do your body feel? Are your hands tight? Is there tension in your shoulders? Did your head feel kind of fuzzy from thinking too much? When was the last time you had some water?
Yeah, okay, I can feel my shoulders are a bit tense.
See, those physical cues are amazing signals. They can hint that maybe you haven't been very present and they were like a little armable to just check in, breathe.
That body scan is super practical. What about more informal stuff? Ways to weave this into just a normal, busy day?
Oh, tons of ways. One I really like is using mindfulness bells. You could set chimes on your phone.
Right.
But even better, you can turn everyday things into reminders. Seeing your kid's face when they get home, a red traffic light, the microwave beeping, let those be your cue to just pause, take a breath, come back to the moment. It's like a little reset button throughout the day.
I like that, turning everyday sounds into signals. Clever.
Another really good one is setting an intention before you do something. Just pause for a second before you start a task. Could be work, making dinner, reading a book, anything. And just quickly think, what's my intention here? Maybe cooking dinner out of love for your family. Or writing that email with the intention of being helpful. It just frames the activity differently, keeps you mindful of your purpose while you're doing it, transforms the mundane,
Yeah, injecting purpose. That feels really grounding. What else is easy to try?
Well, mindful eating is a classic, and for good reason. Try eating one meal, or even just a snack, without your phone or the TV. Really pay attention to the textures, the flavors, the colors. It sounds so basic, but it makes a huge difference.
Slowing down the eating.
Yeah. And also focusing on the action, not just the end result. Try to savor small activities, even boring ones like washing dishes or taking a shower. Just focus on the sensations. When you do that, funny enough, things often turn out better anyway. Not because you forced it, but because your full attention was there.
Okay, focus on the process.
And finally, gratitude journaling. Super powerful. Just jotting down a few things each day that you're grateful for. It naturally trains your brain to notice the good that's already present.
Those all sound really doable. But okay, let's get real. Even with all these great ideas, the distractions, the resistance, they're going to happen, right? So how do we actually deal with that? How do we tackle the inevitable resistance and just the sheer volume of distractions pulling at us?
Yes. The reality check. This is where it gets really interesting. A huge first step is just developing awareness. Simple, but not easy. Pay attention. What websites are you clicking on automatically? How often do you pick up your phone? How long do you actually spend scrolling or watching stuff? Just noticing these habits creates this tiny, tiny gap between the impulse, the urge, and the action. And in that little gap, That's where your power is. That's where you get to choose.
The gap.
From there, you can take practical steps. Close extra browser tabs. Maybe use an app to block your biggest time wasters, games, social media for certain hours. You can even write down specific times you'll check email rather than reacting to every notification.
Be intentional about it.
Exactly. And sometimes you just need to physically remove yourself. Get away from the screens, go for a walk outside, ride your bike, find somewhere without Wi-Fi to do focused work. Honestly, sometimes just a 10-minute walk outside can completely reset things for me.
That makes total sense, creating distance. But the awareness first. Yeah, that's key. It's so easy to just slip into those habits without even thinking. What about the deeper stuff, the internal resistance?
Right. Beyond the external clicks and scrolls, cultivating self-awareness is really the bedrock for being present consistently. Self-awareness, it's basically the ability to watch your own inner world, right? Your thoughts, your feelings, and having a realistic understanding of your strengths, your limits, your values, what motivates you. It's about being honest with yourself, seeing yourself almost like a neutral observer sometimes, giving yourself feedback.
Like stepping outside yourself for a moment.
Kind of, yeah. And it's not static, it grows. A simple way to build it is daily reflection. End of the day, or maybe the beginning, just take a minute. Journal, or just think. How did I do with being present today? What was hard? What resistance came up? And something else that helps immensely is accepting that you just don't have all the answers. A lot of our mind wandering comes from uncertainty, right? Trying to predict the future. Realizing that some things are genuinely out of your control, that can be incredibly freeing.
Letting go of the need to know everything.
Precisely. And here's an approach that might sound a bit different, but it's powerful. Try seeing everything as a teacher. Frustrations with people, stress about work, anxiety about an upcoming event. View them as opportunities. Opportunities to practice being present, to see where you're attached, to practice letting go. It reframes challenges into lessons.
Wow, okay. Everything as a teacher, that's a big shift. But what about when a moment is just genuinely painful or unpleasant? How do we stay present then without just wanting to escape?
That leads us to probably the deepest aspect of presence, embracing acceptance. There's a really profound idea here. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it.
As if you chose it.
Yeah. It sounds radical, but it stops you from feeling like a victim of circumstances. It gives you back your power. Think about it like this. In a tough situation, you basically have three options. 1, if you can change it, take action. 2, if you can't change it, but you can leave it, then leave, remove yourself. 3, if you can neither change it nor leave it, then you have to accept it. Fighting reality when you can't change or leave it, that's described as pure madness.
Change it, leave it, or accept it. Okay.
It's about developing the willingness to just tolerate uncomfortable moments when they show up, remembering that no moment, good or bad, lasts forever. And here's the catch. When we try really hard to shut out the negative moments, we often end up numbing ourselves to the positive ones too. We kind of shut down the whole spectrum.
That's powerful. Resisting the bad blocks the good too. Okay, so wrapping this up. Living in the present, it doesn't mean you ignore the past or never plan for the future, right? It's more about finding a balance, acknowledging thoughts, but not letting them run the show.
Exactly. It's about becoming as skilled at just being as we often are at doing. And that enriches absolutely everything.
Yeah. And the journey towards being more present, it's personal. It takes grace, like you said, especially when your mind wanders off, which it will.
Grace and persistent effort.
Right, like practicing an instrument or going to the gym. It's a skill you build.
And remembering that every moment truly is a gift. Being present means fewer regrets down the line and definitely more memories to cherish.
More cherished memories. We could all use more of those. So here's something to think about. Pico Air famously said, sitting still is a way of falling in love with the world and everything in it. So consider this. What small moment in your day-to-day, maybe even right now, could be your next chance to fall in love with life all over again?